What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pretenders and Contenders Coaches Show. I'm your host, Coach Devon Powell, here football coach at Law High School, and also assistant basketball coach at Law High School. Joined by my guy, my co-host, Midnight Rider. What's going on, Midnight?
What's going on, man? How you feeling?
Good, man. Glad to have you back in the studio this week. You know, you was fake working last week, so.
I wish I could say that, bro.
Nah, look, I understand. Them end of the months be crazy.
Yep.
We also got in the studio with us today my guy Karsten Miller from MFVN Sports Network. What's going on, Karsten?
What's going on? Midnight Rider, you see the hat.
Yeah, you see my hat. We good.
Yeah.
We're going to be good tonight. I ain't going to do a thing.
Yeah, it's a family-friendly show, so I ain't going to say that you got some shit on your hat right now. You might want to clean that up. All right, we got my other guy, none other than MOCO's finest, Coach Drip in the building. What's going on, Coach?
What's up, man? How you doing, man? How's everybody doing tonight, man? Can't wait for this show.
Here we go. Getting started early.
We doing good, man. Midnight, if I get disconnected for some reason, you just go ahead and keep on rolling. And I get back on there. But got a special show for y'all tonight, man. Wanted to do a little something different this week. I got two of the guys that I respect a whole lot that covers high school football in our area. Last week I had the thought of, well, you know what? Let's talk about high school sports in this area and get it from a point of view from the guys that cover it. Not from a coach's standpoint. But we wanted to talk to the guys that's out there each week covering games, watching games, and they look at just as many games as coaches do. So I was like, okay, we're going to talk about Maryland high school football through their eyes and see what view they have of what's going on in the landscape of what we got in our area right now in the whole DMV. So we're going to get right into it. And guys, I'm gonna have to apologize to you all. I put together a series of questions that me and Midnight Rider put together, and guess what I did? I forgot to send them to you, man. So you guys are coming in blind tonight, and I apologize for that. But I ain't gonna lie, I was out on the beach earlier, so I got some sand between my ears. I couldn't remember what I was supposed to be doing. All right. So forgive me for that, Drip. Don't hold that against me.
Why only me?
We good. We good.
Yeah, because my guy Karsten got me. He good over there, but I don't know what you like me. You too much like me. I don't know what's gonna come out your mouth. All right, so we gonna kind of do this kind of round table like. So, I'm going to ask you guys some questions and, I'm going to give you both the opportunity to respond. And, we'll have some commentary back and forth, and then, Midnight, he sent me a couple of his questions. But, as it goes through, we might come up with some other questions to ask, how we do on this show. So I don't know where this conversation is going to lead to, but we're going to roll with it because guess what? It's our show. We ain't got no rules. So we're going to do what we got to do.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're going to start with you, Karsten. First thing, tell us who you are and what areas of football you cover.
Okay. I'm Karsten Miller, known as MFV All Sports Network. It was formerly Miller Flow Vlogs, and changed the name for purposes to fit more of what I do. So I basically cover with a gimbal and my iPhone, give highlights of a game. I'll go out, film a sports game, football in particular. That's one of my favorites. Try to get sideline access and film highlights of the game. I mostly cover Anne Arundel and Howard County, but I do branch out, and I've been to PG County, MOCO, of course, Um, and I go to, anywhere in Maryland. I'm trying to go now with football, with the varsity in particular, because the games are on Friday. It's a little bit hard for me to get everywhere that I want to be. So, because I want to be everywhere pretty much. But I'm trying each year to expand and go some places. Some places I'm in Arundel or in Howard more because it kind of just a little bit convenient for me. But yeah, just out there recording and um, shooting highlights and putting them on YouTube to bring exposure to the teams and the state of Maryland.
Okay, we got it. He's one of the finest out there. One of the best to do it out there. Always shows us love at the 300, so I appreciate him for that, man. And if you don't follow him, you better start following him because like he does a great job of capturing these student athletes in high school for all sports. He covers all sports, not just football. So even though we're talking about football tonight, but he does it all. So now we're gonna go to my guy, Coach Drip. Same question. Tell us who you are, what areas you cover. I mean, we know where you cover, but you know, uh, you starting to watch just as many games as everybody else now. So, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, it's your boy Michael Turner, aka Mike T for those that know me from the go-go world. But
Did
in
he
this
did he come
world,
out with the government name?
yeah. I mean,
He started with
everybody else
the
done gave
government
it.
name.
Everybody else done came with it. Excuse me, with their government name. So I figured I might as well. But nah, Coach Drip on this space. Coach Drip. I cover MOCO. I cover a lot of the 7-on-7s as well. When I say I cover MOCO, I cover all 25 in MOCO. As Coach Powell was just saying, I watch just as much film as anybody else at this point. Um, what else? Yeah, I cover 7-on-7. We'll be starting basketball, baseball, and track this probably this year coming up. But mainly we just do football. I am also the host, the producer, the editor of MoCo Center, and yeah.
I got to show this comment real quick because I got OG came in and said I worked with him and never knew his government name.
Oh man.
I had to show that one. That was a good one, OG.
That was a good one.
Oh man. All right, so we're gonna jump right into the questions. The first question, this came from my guy Midnight Rider. He's the hardest working man in podcast land. So he got a million questions in his head. He's the champion with this stuff. So he says, we'll start with you, Karsten. What inspired you to cover high school sports the way you do?
Ooh. Um, my children, they were the start of it, and then to really get into it, my son played for the Severn Seminoles at the time, their 13U team. Um, and there was a parent in particular. Uh, uh, his son played for Old Mill afterwards, but he had said to me, we were just sitting there in the practices, watching the practice, and he known I was, filming the games, and he just said, "Man, you need to take this further." He said, you need to stop just staying in one place and just go out and just film." He said, because it's a need that's never gonna um, pretty much gonna be around for a long time. People need to be these teams and these players and things need to be exposed. Um, and he was like, just go. And when he told me that, that was like the gold I needed. That was the pivot where I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna start doing that. Now I was careful and I learned some things, but yeah, that was the motivation for my kids, and then in particular, the parent from 7U, Mr. Taylor, I'll call him. Uh, That's his name, Mr. Taylor. Yeah. So
Okay. All right. So see Coach Drip, even Coach Urso in the comments. He laughing. I don't think Coach Urso knew your government name either.
Nah, he know. He know.
Tell him, Coach Urso, you ain't know his government name.
Go ahead, man.
All right. So Coach Drip, same question to you, brother. What inspired you to cover high school sports the way you do?
Well, since he in here, Coach Urso, the kids and Coach Urso, I'm not gonna lie to you. Urso kind of got me started as far as all of Blair kind of got us started, but Urso really took a liking to us, which is funny because where he from and where I'm from, we don't get along. So it's funny. Yeah, it's hilarious. But nah, the kids too. But Urso and the kids, man, they got me involved in this. I mean, we just did it as a one-time thing when we had the Man Cave Sports Podcast. We had interviewed Coach Nossoff as a one-time thing. And Jiggy, Jay Jones, he was like, man, I kind of like doing this more than I like doing professional sports. And I was like, all right, well, let's see where we can go. So, the Blair kids, I started going around them, being around them, and they named me the drip coach. Because that's all I used to do at first, is just talk about uniforms. And I was like, I don't like drip coach. Like, that sounds kind of corny. So I just flipped it, Coach Drip. And I mean, the way the kids react to me, man, it's just dope. Like, I can't go nowhere. I mean, I couldn't really go nowhere in Montgomery County before because of my go-go pass. So now the same people that were fans of my band back in the day, their kids are now seeing me like, I can't, the Chick-fil-A up here, man, I can't even go to the Chick-fil-A no more, man. But it's dope. It's dope. The kids, they love it. And I just like, giving back.
Coach, you got to answer that question too, man, because you cover this differently too.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely do.
So, yeah. Well, you know what? When I was putting this together, I was trying to stay out of it and just host. But the reason I got into this platform, man, and was to just bring awareness. It started with me just wanting to bring the spotlight back to PG County sports. Because I've said it several times. It's been a negative cloud over PG County sports for a while, and I think it's a misguided opinion that some people have. And so my thought was, hey, let's spotlight what's going on in PG County. Let's spotlight all these great student athletes we got, and the great coaches that are out here working hard and dedicated, man. And even if I don't get along with some of them, we all got the same goal, and that's to put these kids out there, man, to get them into school and to put the light on them. We had our time to play, but these kids, it's tough for these kids these days. So what better way to do that than to get out here and just talk about them? And it's starting to spread into other areas. And so I don't think we're just tied to PG County anymore. But I still want to spotlight that. So it was all about spotlighting the kids, man, and just bringing some shine back to PG County, man, because we got a lot of great things going on, man. I mean, we haven't won one in a couple of years, but football, it's 4A, it's Montgomery County, PG County in the state championship every year. And even if it's Wise or in there, but that's for the county. I might compete with them on Friday nights, but when they get to that state, I'm rooting for anybody in the county. I want to see them all do good. So, that's where I got into it at. And I get to talk sports. So I mean, who don't want to talk sports for an hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes 2.5 hours. So that's where I'm coming from, Midnight. Thank you for putting me on the spot, bro. Appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, man. That's what I'm here for. That's part of my job, bro.
Nah, but you definitely need your flowers for that, though. Because you definitely, as I don't know any other coaches that do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people, this is not something I saw myself doing. As I've stated several times, I didn't see myself getting on here doing that. But the good Lord got plans for us, man. It's already written. So I'm just following where the lead is and trying not to mess it up. That's it.
What's the next one
Let's
you
see.
got, Coach?
All right. So next question. All right, we'll continue going with Karsten first. Not because I like him better, Drip. That's just where I started from.
Hey, y'all gonna keep messing with me tonight. All right, I get it. Okay. I'm trying to be on my best behavior.
I'm trying to be organized.
All right. Yeah, that 35 might change, man.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, you can see the comments.
I'm reading them.
Other direction. Okay, so here's the question. DMV is considered a hotbed of talent on the basketball side. But what is your opinion about football?
It is a hotbed of talent in football. The issue is ego and pride. Those are the hindrances with DMV. We tend to, whoever is successful, and this I see, whoever the successful team is, the big juggernaut, people want to be that big juggernaut, and they do the crab in the barrel mentality. So they try and pull and bring them down. And really, we should be, lifting, one another up. But talent wise, we have the talent. And it's also Coach Vaughn has talked about this. There's a competition with the private schools versus public. Some of the kids are kind of going to the private schools. I'm not talking like your DeMathas and Spalding and all of them, but these other kind of private schools, because they're thinking, okay, I want, the ego. I want to be the popular. I want to, be recognized and get known and that. And it's skipping the love for the game of football. And, it's nothing wrong with chasing the championships in the states and things like that. But the reality is there are only going to be 6 winners each year. What are you going to do? How are you going to develop and get keep the love for the game and prepare these, players and people for life? Because you're not going to be playing football forever. The love will be there, but how are you going to prepare them? So, I definitely think the talent is there. And one thing I do see a lot is it's different now. I see it with the Laurel Wildcats. You guys tend to draw from the youth programs, which is a good thing in a way to develop kids and get them to love the game. But it's kind of different in other areas where schools are skipping and going to different ones because they're not really tight with the youth programs. Well, I don't like what's going on in this youth. I'm going over here. All right, I'm going this way. I'm going this way. Or the high school doesn't like the youth program. We don't want those kids. We want the kids from over here. And it's just, that kind of thing. Whereas if you go to like the SMAC conference down there, you got Huntingtown, they only drawing from like a few programs, and they're already being set and prepared for what the high school is running. So you're developing them and getting them to love that game. Just like if you go to Allegheny County, there are only 3 schools out there. Yep. So the youth programs, you're basically, take Fort Hill for example. I just using the big juggernaut out there. That youth program is already being trained in how Fort Hill does their their thing, which is we know they're a running school. They run the ball. They're gonna pound the rock, and that's what those kids are being brought up in. And so they know, okay, this is what we're getting ahead of time. Um, and that's how they do their talent there. But the talent is there. It's in Maryland. It is. I don't believe in the whole, oh, it's better in the 4A than the 1A. There is talent all around in those divisions. You have to see the classes as it's about size, not talent. Because just take for example Dunbar High School. They were a 1A school
Mm-hmm.
for a long time.
Yeah.
That's not a big school, but they're 1A. You wouldn't say they aren't talented. They're very talented. Now, that's I forgot to mention too. Now, like in the city, too, like the city. I remember interviewing some youth kids, and those, in the city, you kind of, you can go to a different school. As long as if you live in the city, you can go to pretty much any school. They have something where you can go to a different school. So kids will say, I want to go to Dunbar. I want to go to Mervo. I want to go to City. They want to go to these programs. And so that's how they're also kind of drawing in the kids and getting the talent there. It's there. So that's what I've seen.
Yep. That was a good statement there. Same thing, Drip. DMV is considered a hotbed of talent on the basketball side, but what is your opinion about football?
I think we're getting there. As someone that played football in Florida, because I lived in Florida for a year, we're getting there. We're not there yet. It's close though. Right now, it's the closest it's been ever, as far as talent wise, as far as many programs there is, as far as attention, as far as many athletes. But one thing, it's two things that I want people in our age group to recognize, and one is the private school thing, because a lot of people bring up the private school thing now, but I don't know about y'all, but I don't come from a winning program. So my school was infiltrated with private schools when I was in school. So this is nothing new to me. I went to Blair when we sucked. So a lot of our kids that should have been going to Blair with us went to private school. So you never really kind of hear in the Silver Spring area us talk about the private school thing, because we get affected by that probably before everybody else in the county, because we're right there. You know what I mean? You got we're close enough to DeMatha, we're close enough to Gonzaga, we're close enough to all the other schools, so we've dealt with that. But another thing, I think that kind of hurts us as well is we only have one D1, FBS school in this area.
Right.
If you go to every other place has at least two. So for us, like I said, I lived in Florida. When I lived in Florida, if you did my little league team, I'm gonna say, I don't want to size it, but I think I probably had like 7 or 8 teammates that are D1 at the time. And if you didn't go to Miami, then you could go to Florida. If you didn't go to Florida, you can go to Florida State.
Yeah.
You can go to FIU. You can go to Central Florida. You can go to a whole bunch of slew of schools. Texas, same thing. Texas Tech, Baylor, Texas, even North Carolina. North Carolina, you got North Carolina. You got North Carolina State. You got Wake Forest. Here we only have Maryland. So for us here, all of our kids are competing to get that 1D1 look from Maryland, and it's not fair to, it's not the same type of. I'm trying to look for the word. It's not the same fight for us here as other places. You know what I mean? But I agree with a lot of what he just said. A lot of what he just said is true. I think that we're almost there. If I would put us like the ranking state-wise, I would say Texas, Florida, of course, Georgia, of course, are probably ahead of us, and then maybe Virginia. And the only reason why I say maybe is because us county boys be whooping them. So we do it for the whole. We do it for all. See, we united with Maryland and MOCO and PG right now. Chris Orchard go and whoop them VA boys every year for us. So we don't really. I don't know, but if it's the top 5 in football right now and California as well, I think we might be sitting right outside the top 5. But we're getting there though.
So y'all brought up both great statements from you both, and the private school thing. We can do a whole show about that. But it's interesting because the next question has to do with private schools. So in some states, we know that when they do their playoff systems, that public and private schools are combined in their classifications. It's done in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure in Virginia if it's done football wise. I know it is basketball wise at some point. But there are several states that combine their classifications between public and private schools. So in your both of your opinion, is that a model you think Maryland should adopt, or do you think it would even work here?
Well, I'm basically out of private school, so I went to Calvert Hall, so I'm a private school baby from beginning to before college.
Why you think about the
now? Based on it now, football wise, I don't think that would be a good idea, because I think the private schools would just maybe QO and all the big juggernauts in the public schools would keep up, but the private school football it's a I don't know. And you got to think about St. Francis. I mean, you want to play them? People talk about, they did. No, you really don't want to be having them in the league, because I don't think you would win. They'd be winning every year. I'm just gonna say that like that. They would be. I don't think that would be a good thing to do. If we didn't have a situation where, if the public schools could get the kids just like the private, then of course have it. But the way it is right now, no.
What you think, Drip?
All right, Coach Paul, I got your back. Don't even worry about it. Hey, listen, as someone that went to public school from K to 12, they better not. They better not. They better not. They better not. They better stay away from us. Stay away. Hey, private schools, I'm gonna put you on notice right now. There's a reason why some of us be trying to get y'all on the schedule and y'all be ducking. Because once one of us beat y'all, that's a wrap. It's a wrap. That private school stuff is a wrap. Why would I send my kid to school that ain't nowhere near us, that I really don't want them going there anyway? The only reason why I'm letting them go there is because y'all done promised us a bunch of stuff, when I could just send them to public school.
Mm-hmm.
That's done. If it ever happens, it's done. As soon as we start beating them, then it's done. And then, like you said, I mean, St. Francis, yes, okay. Granted, we all know what that will happen. I'm not convinced.
But then you think about it. I don't mean to cut you off, Drip. Like I said, if you're going to combine them, you're going to have different classifications.
Right.
So St. Francis can only play in one of the 6. They can't play in all of them. So, now you're talking. So, okay, you got your WCAC schools, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got DeMatha, you got St. John's, you got Good Counsel, okay? And classifications are done by population. It's not done by how good you are. So, and you mentioned that earlier, Karsten, but a lot of people, they don't have that. That's a misconception to a lot of people.
Right.
The higher classification doesn't mean a darn thing. It's the number of students in the school, population, right? So you think about all your non-athletes, whatever. Whoever's going to that school, that's where you're classified at. So now, you look at a St. Mary's rankings, or I'll take Pilati because it's close to law. You got Pilati that might only have, I think they might have 300 students.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're playing in 1A.
Yep.
Are there some 1A schools that can beat Pilati? You're damn right they are.
Yep.
I can name a whole bunch of them that can. You know, are there some 2A schools that could go against a Moray, or I'm just thinking schools in the DMV population wise, a Loyola, a Calvert Hall, like it now outside of your top tier, St. Francis, you got DeMatha, I mean, it's fair game everywhere else, and that's nothing against none of the private schools out there, but you know they can get knocked off.
Listen, I can tell you on the Mo, I can name 3 that can hang with anyone except probably St. Francis.
Mm-hmm.
QO, Sherwood, and Churchill.
I don't know about Sherwood. I mean, not Sherwood. I meant to say Churchill. I said I don't know about Churchill, but QO definitely can. They definitely can. St. Francis is on a different level. Like,
yeah, that's what I said. We're not talking.
That's a different level there.
But
ain't nobody in this area beating them. So,
but here's the thing,
I'm talking public school wise. Ain't nobody beating them in this area.
Here's the thing, though. If you did that, they wouldn't be as dominant as they would be, because again, the incentive to send your kid to a private school now is different once the public schools start beating the private schools.
And it would also depend on the rules. Like, if once the MPSSA gets involved, you can't. They have a rule: you can't have fifth-year seniors on your team. So,
right,
have to be some exceptions for something like that to happen. And we know St. Francis has kids from Florida, Canada, Georgia. They got kids from all over. Maybe they wouldn't even be allowed to be in it. I don't know. This is just a hypothetical question. So, and I don't follow other states enough to know all their rules of how they do it. So it'd be interesting, but I do think that my opinion is some of our public schools could definitely hang with some of these private schools out there.
I agree.
That's
I wouldn't want to see that, because St. Francis would be in 1A, and I'm telling you, they would destroy.
Like we said, that's one classification. We still got 5 others.
That's true.
Right.
True.
That's crazy.
I agree with you though. St. Francis, nobody beat them.
We shouldn't even put them because technically they don't even play a Maryland schedule, so they don't really. You know what I'm saying? They're like IMG. I would consider them like
don't nobody want to play them.
Yeah.
Because don't nobody want to play them.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Midnight. You was about to say something?
I was gonna say that's kind of what John Thompson used to say. Why play Maryland and give somebody at Maryland the idea that they can stick with Georgetown? That's why he avoided some of those matchups all those years where he and Gary ended up, and he still owed Gary a game by the end of his career. It's because he didn't want that inkling of doubt to go into somebody said where I can go to Georgetown or I can go to Maryland. And if Maryland wins, what's the difference? You done leveled out the playing field for them. You done gave them 2 or 3 extra recruits that they would normally never get.
Look, my favorite saying from John Thompson, rest in peace, is sign me up to play the Little Sisters of the Poor at the beginning of the season. I'm not going out there to play the Kentuckys and all that, the Dukes, nothing like that. Give me the Little Sisters of the Poor so I can beat up on them and pad these records. So John used to say that all the time. Right. He didn't want to leave no doubt for nobody to consider going somewhere else.
What you got next, Coach?
All right. Next question is, if you could change any rule in the state regarding football, what would you change and why?
Take out everybody makes the playoffs. Gotta go. I think that is, as my personal feelings, I think this letting everybody in the playoff things is actually a hindrance, because you got teams that ain't even winning games thinking they gonna win states. You not gonna win states. I'm sorry. That dream of it doesn't happen, because when you get to states, it's a total different avenue. You dealing with the cream of the crop. You're not, that whole, thinking the team is going to just start beating teams and beating teams and beating teams, just get that spark. That percentage is really low. You need to. I think you're not teaching people even to how to lose and how to respond to that. Because that builds and teaches you how to overcome your losses. Now you're just saying, hey, everybody gets in. Doesn't matter how the work you put in the regular season. Everybody gets in. I that's the one rule I would change. I'd keep the 6 divisions, but hey, not everybody gets in the playoffs. Nah. And especially, what does that do with the teams that have put in the hard work and to get to where they did, and then and what normally happens is this blowout. The first week is blowouts. These teams are getting blown. It's maybe one time. I remember, was it Northern Garrett, I think, in the 1A. They, had a mid-season and then boom, sparked and did well and made it to the state final. But that is so rare. That is so rare. I know if you got no wins or one win, you don't belong in the playoffs. No, you need to learn and learn how can we get better? Because that's a part of development. And I think it just hurts because now these players don't know how to lose, and it does carry on as they get older. They think that they're supposed to be somewhere, and that, this is, I deserve this, and not putting in the work and actually earning it. Because in life, you're going to have losses. You got to learn how to navigate around them.
Yep. All right, Coach Drip.
I got 2. Well, I got 1 actually. I wish we could have a county championship like we do in basketball.
I like that. Yeah.
I think, speaking for Mo County, a QO Sherwood Part 2 last year would have been great to see. That would have been great to see. And then PG, I don't know if it would have been Wise and Flowers because of, the situation that happened with the Flowers record, but for you guys, it would have been dope to see a Wise. I think Sulin was y'all 2 seed. Sulin or Rose. Right?
Was the way they do the county championship in PG is your 4A school plays the best school in 1A, 2A, 3A.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So
it would have been. Yeah, it would have been like I don't remember the records offhand, but like Oxon Hill or Douglas. It might have been Douglas.
Yeah, I would love to see that. I would love to see that. I ain't gonna lie, that would be dope. Especially, for out here and for y'all, that would be dope. I think you can have it at PG. PG Community College got a football field.
No, they don't. They have a field, but they don't. It's not, lined for football. But
same with us. Same with us. Same with us. But it'll be dope. You can have it at MC. You can have it at PG. It'd be dope. I think that's something that can, bring more people to it. And no more Thursday games, man.
Well, they started that because of the lack of referees available. Trying to get them all on Friday nights was crazy because, everybody was playing Friday night games. So they started doing Thursday night games to accommodate the referees and that nature. So that's why that started popping.
Oh yeah. Just have, well, if that's the case, just have me and my man Kristen. Let us book the schedule, man, because we know, you know what I'm saying? We know what's going on. Like, have us book the schedule. I'm pissed Blair versus BCC's on a Thursday this year. That should not be happening.
I'm glad it's happening on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, so you put it up.
Now I'm going to be in the building, right? Because I'm going to be in the building, so, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that hill when we had to go when we went to Blake. We had to go down that hill. He wasn't playing about. Oh my goodness, it was cold. Oh no.
Listen, brother, I already got my lawyer on deck. When I turn 50, I am suing Montgomery County Public Schools, bro. They did not have old people in mind. Like, I'm supposed to go see my grandson play down this hill, bro.
He was not playing.
I was talk about that all the time. We done made that trip down that hill several times to go watch games, man. And I tell you one thing. That's why I don't like them bastards now, just because of that hill. So, Coach Marshall, if you're listening, I don't like y'all. Coach Vic, if you're listening, I don't like y'all because of the hill. I'll tell you that right now.
And the kicker about the hill is, if the hill wasn't there, that would be a great place to go watch a football game, bro. Mm-hmm. The stadium is secluded from the school for real. You know, it gets kind of dark down there. It's like a good vibe. But after you done huffing and puffing, getting down the hill, then you gotta remember, oh man, I gotta go back up this.
Up that.
Oh man.
Yeah. But last time I was there, I thought about just falling and rolling down the damn hill. I'd get down there fast and easy if I did that.
I was gonna take a bus. I was going to use the bus as a UU until I get to my car.
Hey, no, it is a good setup down there though. But see, that's why they got the concession stand right at the bottom of the damn hill. Because once you get down there, you're tired. You got to spend all your damn money recuperate.
Ain't nobody worry about. Listen, if you see me in person, you know I'm on the big side. Ain't nobody worry about eating after that damn hill.
Shoot, I am. I look. I need me some sugar, some Skittles or something after that. A drink. I gotta get myself together.
Man, I need an oxygen mask. Midnight Rider, you ain't been to that joint?
Nah, I just got into high school sports dealing with this dude.
I'm gonna need you. You better hope they don't play Blake this year.
Oh my goodness, he was not playing. When I saw it, I was like, he really wasn't playing about this hill.
Yeah, that hill is something, man. That is terrible. It's terrible. And then it was 20 degrees outside too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next question, and let me repeat this again. Marshall and Vic, I don't like y'all because of the hill. I just wanted to make that clear to them so they understand why I hate them. Okay, let's talk about, you guys come at the games. You're involved in the atmosphere. You're seeing what's going on. So parent behavior has become a topic of discussion across the country. There's been fights, of that nature, parents cussing coaches out, all kinds of stuff. So in the games that you have covered, have you witnessed any disturbing behavior on the Maryland side, in the DMV?
Absolutely, yes. I don't particularly put it on camera because I don't want that to be highlighted. I've had people DM me, did you get that fight? No, I'm not. Nope. Camera cuts off when that happens. But yes. And it's again what the two things, ego and pride.
Right.
You got parents trying to live out their dreams through their children. Their son gets hit. You're playing football. They're going to get knocked out. Now you want to fight the kid that knocked him out. They're playing football. They're going to get hit. You gotta be an adult. I mean, I'm not saying you don't want to see your child get hit, of course, but let the coaches handle it. Let the coaches coach. Let the game go on. You don't need to be involved in that. The only reason you're down there is because of ego and pride. Back off. Let them do what needs to be done. It's the same thing in how, you're yelling at the refs. Let the coaches and those things deal with that. You don't need to be. I've seen I've seen people in the stands saying stuff to refs. I'm like, yo, you don't even know that dude. You don't
I,
need to be
I don't
saying.
understand. I don't understand why parents, coaches. I don't know why anybody argues with the referees. They do a great job. It kills me. Sorry, I had to say
I'm
that.
sorry. I'm sorry. I don't believe you forgot I've been to your games, coach. You forgot.
Politics as usual.
Woo! My man be on the numbers.
I respect all referees. I respect all referees. I love what they do. Never had a bad one coming to the 300.
Oh, we laid it on today.
Now to piggyback off what he said, in high school sports, in high school football, I've only seen it one time last year. And that was last year, actually, one time I've only seen it. I just like to give a shout out to MCPS Security. They do a great job of keeping things chill, so it doesn't really get too hype. But 7-on-7, oh man, listen, I done went to my car super fast a couple of times because I didn't know what was going to happen. The 7-on-7 culture is different. It's like AAU basketball to a certain degree. So
worse than AAU basketball.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, you said it. I ain't said it. Mm-hmm. But it's different. I was talking to somebody about that earlier. It's different. But in high school and MOCO, I mean, you got your parents that get mad and people say stuff. But coming to blows, we've had a couple of situations that I haven't been privy to. But last year there was one that I was like, oh, yeah, let me get away from him.
Since you guys have been around the county, what do you guys think of the playing surfaces for these kids that they play on, and the quality of the playing surface?
Ooh.
And you don't have to name schools. I'm just saying, just in general, like.
Yeah,
you plead the fifth.
I know everybody's like turf now. Turf now. I'm a grass guy. I love the grass, the natural grass. That's just my own preference. But I think from what I see, the nicer the field, it kind of says something to the team.
Okay.
And I love Laura, and I take Laura for example, man. You know, just them getting that new field when they got it, it's like, oh yeah, you know. And I know they went through a lot to get that field, and but seeing it did say something. So I'll say it along those lines. How they upkeep and take care of the field does affect, I think, a team in some sort of way.
It's interesting out here. For us, a lot of our schools got the turf, but then you see some of the programs, the good programs, they got grass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, QO, Sherwood, Churchill, Damascus, they all have grass, but then Rock got grass too. So, there's some schools that got grass, some schools that don't. I mean, I never really got to play on turf in high school, so I don't know how it does on your body and things of that nature. I would go to you guys. You guys probably would know better than me, but I don't know. It depends on when you go watch a game, to be honest with you. Blake don't got turf. Blake got grass, right?
Yeah, Blake has grass too.
Yeah, Blake got grass. I think all of our schools would have turf at some point, but I mean, you can't argue with like what he said, grass. I mean, the schools, a lot of our good schools out here have grass.
So personally, I love natural grass too. I think football should be played on natural grass, but in an area such as PG where they can't seem to understand how to take care of the field, then turf is the best option for us because, before we got the turf at law, and like Karsten said, we went through hoops to get the field. The field looked the same from when I played there, 93 to 97. So if the field is the same almost 30 years ago, then that's an issue to me. And it by the time the beginning of October came around, the middle of the field was a dirt bowl. It was a dust bowl. Like, you might as well have put us in a jail field somewhere and let us play. So they tried to do Bermuda grass one year, but of course they messed that up. They didn't do it the proper way. They did a rush job. And so, hey, it felt great on the sidelines, but the middle of the field did not take because they didn't do what they were supposed to do the right way. So in that case, I think turf is the best option because it's easy for the counties to maintain. But I love, except for that damn hill, I love Blake's Field.
Yes.
I love the natural grass, and I would take that over turf any day. But situation where if the schools are not going to, well, not the schools, the counties are not going to put the money in to maintain them, then you just need to go to turf.
Okay.
Because half-assing properly watering the fields and reseeding them when you need to and whatever. I'm not no gardener or nothing like that, landscaper, so I don't know all the proper terms. But if you're not going to take care of the field, then you need to get turf on the field. So, but it needs to be some nice, safe turf because that turf they got up Walter Johnson and Richard Montgomery. Well, Richard Montgomery's about to get new turf.
Yeah,
but the turf that they had, man, I'd rather walk on it. I'd rather play on the concrete because that's exactly what it felt like.
They say some of the schools out in Mo County, they say it's like brick. Some of them.
Yeah. Walter Johnson and Richard Montgomery. We went to Walter Johnson for playoffs a couple of years ago, and then we went up to Richard Montgomery to play some 7-on-7 like 2 years ago. I don't want to do that because that's terrible. But that was a good question, Midnight. I ain't even think about that.
Hey man, I do what I do, man. Keep telling me about this.
Hey, that's why you're the hardest working man in podcast land. All right. So next question. Drip, you doing your show tonight?
Nah.
Oh, okay. All right.
You got me.
We're gonna go a little over, so I didn't want to cut into the dripster. Okay. So how do you guys, like I said, you're covering all these games, you're interacting with coaches, and for the most part, I think both you guys have great relationships with a lot of the coaches. Not gonna say all of them, but I think y'all got great relationships with a lot of the coaches. How do you view the coaches in our area as far as coaching ability, the drive to get the program where it's supposed to be at, from that standpoint? If a coach is an asshole, don't tell me that. I don't want to hear the coach is an asshole. But as far as their programs and what they're building and the reason that they coach, how do you guys feel about the coaches in our area?
I think you got categories of one. You got, I think Maryland does have a lot of good coaches. Let me start off by saying that. I think there's categories of ones. You got your coaches that run the juggernaut programs. They're just successful. They're doing well. They're developing the kids, that kind of thing. But you also have coaches program. They're trying to build it, and they're really good coaches, and they're really affecting and changing the lives of the kids. And then, you see those, and those are kind of like the programs that, are trying to be the juggernauts. And then you got the coaches that are trying to it's all about them, and they're trying to build their kingdom because they want the recognition. Ego and pride. And I was actually telling my son this earlier. I was like, I've found that there's a few coaches that don't want, any media coverage because they don't want, I don't want this stuff on tape. I'm like, dude, why are you coaching?
Right.
I don't, it's like I want the secret because they're trying to build their kingdom and I got to keep secret. I don't want my, secrets to get out. And I told my son, I said, these people don't realize that teams send videographers to games to film you, whether
There's no
you
secrets,
want it
coach. There ain't no
or
secrets.
not. There's no secrets.
Mhm.
I was down filming somewhere and I ran into the guy and I was like, what you doing here? He was like, oh yeah, I'm getting tape on this team. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, I'm getting tape on this team because we play them in a few weeks. So you can try and hide that up. I mean, I know coaches trying to get NFHS tapes for what? What that's doing is showing you really can't coach. I'm just being flat out honest. If you are a coach, you know that your style and the way you do things is going to be challenged and exposed. That's how it is. What you think? You can't. You teaching your kids when they get to college. Oh, we're gonna shut down CBS
Right.
because they playing the game. They gonna see what you do.
Yeah.
So I see that with those types of that are just trying to be secretive, and I don't want this that and then my stuff to get out there. Let's shut that down. The real issue is it's your ego, and you can't coach. And I'm just gonna say it. It's like you can't coach because that's part of coaching. You're going to get exposed. That what are you gonna do? You gotta you know. I can rant on that one, but uh, yeah.
Thank you.
Majority Maryland got it. We got good coaches.
Hey, Midnight Rider. You know how Coach Powell said at the beginning of the episode, we so much alike. Watch
Mhm.
this. Watch this. I love all the coaches. All the coaches are amazing, great people. I love every single coach. Every single coach out there is great in their own way. They're great people. I thank you for all the sacrifices that you all do, that you all give. You do for the kids. But I just want to let you know, I love all of you, especially in MOCO County. All 25. I love all the 25 coaches because all of y'all are great people, man. Like every last one. I haven't ran into a bad like Coach Powell said, I haven't ran into a bad coach yet. Don't worry about your record. Don't worry about that, Playboy. It ain't you. So we trying to finish up our season preview. We got a couple coaches we still waiting on. So hopefully they see this and they see how much I love them. But I think we got some. I think Maryland got some good coaches. I can speak for us out the Mo. To echo a lot of what he said. Sometimes it may be ego. I can't personally say if it's ego or not because I don't know them as people. So I don't want to say it's their ego, but I will say that what I've learned from the good coaches and the ones that continuously win, they have a program. Like he said, they have a program. They stick to their program. They stick to what they do. And they win games. I know I shout out Blair a lot, but you look at Nassau at Blair, he's been there for a while. They win. You look at Coach Kelly at QO. Say what you want about him. They win. It's kind of hard when some of these programs they keep getting new coaches every 2 years or every year or something like that. It's kind of hard for those programs, for them coaches. So that's why realistically, I don't want to judge those coaches not on the joke time right now, but on some real, I don't want to judge those coaches because some of them coaches, I mean, you look at some of the programs they have to take over, and it's like, I mean, I don't care if Bill Belichick would have won in that joint. He ain't winning in that joint either, you know. So, you know, some of them I just think we should give him a pass. But to his point, I mean, some of them with the old school saying, I'm doing this, I'm doing. Hey, bro, you got to get with the times. You got to get with the times. Like, it was a school, I'm not going to say no names. When we first started, that was like, yeah, we don't want none of this coverage and this, that, and the third. 2 Drippy Bowls later, they see, you know, their kids ain't getting their pictures taken. Now all of a sudden they kind of need the boy. They're like, oh, yeah, let me holler at Coach Drip. Yeah, you know. So get with the times, man. I mean, of course, if you're an old school football coach, that's on the field. Do what you do on the field, but adapt to these social media, how social media is moving. And I think it can help programs out. I was having that conversation with somebody earlier. Out the Mo, if you look at the teams with the good social media presence, majority of the times it'd be teams that are good. You look at Wheaton from last year. I think Wheaton, social media wise, might be the MVP now from last year. And then look at the success they had on the field. I'm not saying that those two come together. I'm just saying it breathes life into the school, breathes life into the parents, breathes life into the kids. And, you know, get out your way sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, just get out your way and just, you know, learn some things. But all the coaches in Mo County, I just want to let y'all know I love y'all all. Y'all all are great. I don't care what your record is.
Yeah, you know, Drip, I think I told you this. I had this conversation with you. I recently talked to a new Mo County coach, and, you know, he made the comment that, you know, everybody's telling him, you know, he's only going to have 2 years there. He's only going to last 2 years. And, you know, if you're a new coach coming into a program that I'm not going to say is not successful, but, you know, it's got some work to do, right? 2 years ain't going to do it. You know, when I took over, even though I was with Law for 10 years, before I became the head varsity coach, I spent the last 2 years just trying to get the program right.
Right.
Just getting organized, the structure. Like I was telling my wife this the other day, when we was in camp last week and the week before, like, I had a ball because I was back coaching again. Like, I was more involved with the on-field coaching instead of, you know, allowing my other coaches to handle a lot of things because I'm off doing program stuff, you know, trying to get the program right. So it's hard when you're in a situation where in 2 years you're not expected to be there. Like, the school is going to make a change. So that's just crazy because it takes time to build. Like, most of the schools are not ready made. Everybody's not QO. Everybody's not Wise. Everybody's not Flowers. Everybody's not Dunbar, Mervo. Like, those schools are ready made. They have programs, you know. A lot of schools are, I'm not going to say rebuilding, but a lot of the schools are trying to get to that level. So it takes time. The shit doesn't happen overnight.
And plus, QO wasn't QO.
They always wasn't QO. Exactly.
Yeah, they got built. It got built. You gotta give it. Like, to say that to a coach is crazy to me because, like, yeah, you only gonna be here 2 years. Then why should I even care about winning?
Right.
You know, why should I even care about these kids if you only giving me a 2-year radius? Now, that goes to show you what that school feels about the football program.
And that's why their record has reflected what it's been the last few years.
Yeah, I mean,
struggling program. Like I said, nothing against the coach because he's a cool dude.
Right.
We had great conversations, so nothing against him. But, like, he's in a no-win situation already.
Yeah.
Midnight, you had a question?
Yeah, and it's perfect. You guys I'm talking about, y'all just walked right into this one. For guys covering teams, when you walk into a building, can you feel the tension between the administration and the coaching staff? You ain't gotta say where you felt that, but just like, do you feel that difference where there's 2 different missions being taken on? The school wants is so just in general, talk about that experience as generally as you can.
when it's flowing, it's like a well-oiled machine,
Right.
and you can see it in the atmosphere. Um, uh, uh, yeah, it's you can sense it, and you can sense when there's the frustration and there's the divide, because one one side is saying one thing and another side is saying another thing, and yeah, those are tough places to be. I love, that's why I love Laurel, because there you can see the unity,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
can you feel it, and you feel welcome. And it's a blessing when they open that up to you, and you're able to film it. It's just like you want to be around that, because as a videographer, we don't want to harm anybody. We just trying to bring exposure. That's all we're doing, you
All right.
know. And so, yeah.
Um,
Go ahead, Drip.
yeah, I said it. Hell yeah. You can feel it. It's a difference. It's a difference. You can. So for us, we got blue bloods out here, so you can tell. When the school, like he said, when the school is supportive of that program, because you'll see you'll see the administration there. That's one.
Right.
If you don't see them there, then not saying that they don't care, but I mean, for the most part, in the schools that I go to, the teams that win, pretty much every damn teacher in the school is there. I will say last year, and I ain't gonna say the school because you said not to say the school, so I'm not gonna say the school. There was a coach that was suspended. Initially, he was supposed to be suspended for the whole game, but something happened. I don't know what happened, but he was only suspended for the first quarter. When I tell you that when the second quarter started and he came out, it was like Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior WrestleMania 6, bro. He came out, the crowd was going crazy, but the administration was looking like, yeah, we got to get him out of there. So I've seen it. I've seen it both ways. I've seen it when it's positive, but then I've also seen some schools where they're not as good for real, and then the administration supports them as well. So it's kind of weird out here. It's a little different out here. I mean, football is a big deal out here. So it all depends on where you go. Like if you go to a game at Damascus, they got VIP parking. So not only is the administration involved, I mean, everybody is involved out there. You go to the Damascus game. If I don't know if you've been to one yet, but you need to go to one, my brother. Bring that camera out here to Damascus one time.
Okay.
I'm telling you, if you want to get a football experience like Varsity Blues, yeah, I'm telling you, Damascus is like that out there, bro. So yeah, some schools they got the support, some schools don't, unfortunately.
It's I had, and I might have mentioned this on one of our shows before, but I had a PG County coach call me on the phone and ask me one day, do you and your athletic director speak to each other?
Yeah, I remember
And
this.
I had to look at him like, do we speak to each other? Like, I probably talk to him and Coach Marcus more than my wife sometimes. Like the communication is daily, is constantly, like, and it's not always about what's going on at the school. It's not always about sports. Like we have that relationship where, I know his kids, I know his wife. Like, I mean, he knows my wife because they work in the building together. But like, we have that relationship where we're cool. And I haven't known him all my life. I met him. He was actually the JV football coach before I was. And him and his wife had a kid, so he decided just to stick with baseball. And then that's when I got hired to do football. So I didn't meet him until then. So, but if you see how we interact, and Karsten, you've been around us, like It's like we've known each other all our lives, and we communicate every day. He goes to an athletic director meeting. As soon as he leaves that meeting, I'm his first call,
Mm.
and he's telling me exactly what went on in the meeting, what I need to be, what I need to know, and what's going on. Like we're that close with it, and he called me. He asked me questions. He lets me do what the hell I want to do, as long as I don't get him on Fox 5. He's cool with it, and I'm not saying like it's a perfect relationship. I mean, there's times where he might come to me and he might not like the way I did something, or he might make a decision that I don't like. And I'm vocal, so I don't, if it's something I don't like, I'm gonna let him know. But he'll either give in to what I want, or I'll look at him and like, you know what, Cleveland, you're right. Let me leave it alone. I don't like it, but you the boss. I got to deal with it. So, I don't understand how any coach of any sport, not just football, any sport, cannot have a relationship with their athletic director and communicate on a daily basis. And it's like I said, it doesn't even have to be about football. It could be about something that's going on in the school that has nothing to do with me. And he's calling me, letting me know what's going on, or what's my opinion of this. Should we be concerned about this, or anything like that? So, it killed me to see a coach say that they didn't have a relationship with their AD. And anytime there's news, like I'm sharing stuff in the county coaches chat, like, hey, y'all know this, y'all hear about this, and 90% of the coaches like, where you hear that from? Like, where did that come from? Like, my AD told me. I heard from my AD, and they sitting there like in La La Land. I just don't understand that. So I'm spoiled. I'm privileged. My guy, like Coach Mook said in the chat. Shout out to Coach Cleveland. Like I said, love to work with the guy. Lets us do our thing, and he's involved, man. Like you go to some of these other schools, you might not even see the AD.
That's true.
Yeah,
you might not. If you come to our school, Cleveland's going to go introduce itself to teams. He's going to check and make sure you're all right. Now, he doesn't do it as much with football because he knows that I'm going to do that. So he lets me handle the football world. But basketball game, he's good. If I tell him, well, now I don't have to tell him anything because Karsten, you can just walk in. You can probably walk through the school in the middle of the school day and nobody would bother you. But when you first started coming around, I'm like, Cleveland, hey, Carson's coming to cover the game today. Oh yeah, he's good. Just tell him walk on in. Like he's just that type of guy. So I just don't like. You got to have the support of your administration. Well, let me stop right there because our administration is not always the best at being at all the games and stuff like that. But I can guarantee you that Coach Cleveland gonna be there. So
I'll tell you right now, as an outsider looking at your program, because I'm an adopted Spartan. I know for a fact that y'all do things. I see every coach at every event. Like if it's wrestling,
Yes.
I see other coaches.
Yes.
If it's basketball, I see other coaches in the school, in the building. And it's football, I see other people in the building. So and then, I get my access. I thank you for my access, you know what I'm saying? But hey, everybody's open, they're cool. I already told you, I love the snack stand. Them ladies take care of you.
Oh, that's
You
nice.
I ain't gonna lie. That snack drink is, yeah.
You get one of them burgers, full wrap with the cheese on it. Oh, dog, let me tell you.
But see, I think our relationship out here is a little different with our ADs because I'm not sure how PG's media works. But for us in Mo County, you're supposed to, before you go to a game, you're supposed to email the AD.
Yeah.
So for me, if I can't tell you what I know, but I can tell you what I think. When it comes to 613 and it comes to MOCO Center, I think all the ADs respect us because I'm not going to say we're the only ones, but I know for a fact we're one of the few that email every single time. And they appreciate that. Some of them have said to me, we appreciate that you know, and I can't wait to meet you. Can't wait to meet you. And, you know, for the most part, they be at a lot of the games. They are, but to Coach Powell's point, some of them don't go to some of the games, you know. They got, I mean, if you look at it from an 80s perspective, I mean, how many sports do these schools have? Like a lot of these schools got up to 10 sports, you know, so it's a daunting job, man. So to be cool with your AD is a good thing, I think.
Yeah, I don't know how other counties do it, but in PG County, they don't have to. The athletic directors don't have to teach anymore. So you're a full-time AD. So there's no excuse. I don't care how many games you got. Like, you know, all your sports stuff should be on point. Not saying that none of the schools are, but you know, they should be. I think Drip just there you go.
It is.
I don't know what just happened, but my bad.
I don't know when the MOCO county coaches tried to cut your internet off.
They can't get the Drip, baby.
They went down there and cut the Fios network off on you.
And I got Fios too. Fios is the best, by the way.
All right, so that was a great discussion too. Let me get into the next question. So we talked about the coaches. Now think about the student athletes, the players that you guys cover, and you know both of you guys do an outstanding job of highlighting athletes, man. And I want to give y'all credit for that because you know I wasn't always a big social media guy, but I've had to adapt to it. Like you said earlier, Coach Drip, I had to come to the times and get more active in it. Like I include my own personal page. I got 3 IG pages that I run now. To the point I don't even have the time to run my pretenders or contenders page. I got somebody else doing that for me because I can't handle all of that. It's too much for me. But I just wanted to shout y'all out real quick because the content that you guys share on both your pages all day long, and it's not just a once a week thing. Like every day, you guys are highlighting student athletes, and if anybody don't tell y'all, man, I appreciate that, man, and I love the fact that y'all do that because a lot of respect to y'all for that, man. Because like you said, these kids look at social media like it's the Bible now. Like if your social media is not popping and you're not getting no publicity on there, then it's a shot in the dark. I run the PG County Coaches Association IG page, and I just dropped the Elite 22 Electric 11 today. And man, in 5 minutes, like that video was like blowing up. I was like, God dang it. Like I had to cut the notifications off for that page because it hits like every 2 seconds. So I had to cut it off. But
now that's actually what I was listening to pre-show.
Say that again.
Like me and Karsten got in like around 6:55 or whatever, and I literally had the Elite 22 the music video playing as I was like loading them up because I was just gonna give them a heads up. Like I don't know, you know, what your schedule was. So I was like, hey, you know, I always like to talk to people before we interview them anyway. So I had that blasting. So that was dope.
Got you. Did you load it into the you didn't load it into the studio, did you?
Nah, I didn't.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to, but I ran out of time. I wanted to play it today, but I ran out of time loading it up. So if you can get it in, I mean, we can play it at the end of the show once we finish our discussion. But back to the question, like I said, how would you guys rate the talent that you have seen displayed on the field? And we're just going to talk about just this last year alone.
Ooh.
That's an interesting question, Coach.
And it could be general. It don't have to be specific to anybody or any school. I don't want to hear that Blair's the greatest. I don't want to hear all about
keep coming for me, man. He had no Calvin Hill jokes or Calvin whatever school he went to, Calvin something.
I always said he got some shit on his hat he need to clean off of there, man.
Okay.
You know, so start looking a little brown.
Yeah. I can take it. I definitely seen some amazing talent this year.
Maybe that was too general of a comment, a question. How about we do this? So talk about like one of the most exciting football games that you saw this past season. That you was just like, these teams is going at it, or it's a kid out here that's just tearing it up, like my boy from Mervo in the playoffs, quarterback. Like,
Jalen Solomon.
Oh man, that boy, goodness gracious.
I told them boys too, because they was like, yeah, it's gonna be that. I said, if y'all don't stop Jalen Solomon, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I'm just letting you know right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that game, one of the ones that was, it was actually the hardest to watch was Fort Hill versus Patuxent. Two teams I absolutely love. But to see their freshman quarterback from Patuxent, because I'd seen him earlier, that boy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm thinking, let me think what else. What was the big game that I loved? I'll bring it home. You know, I love Anne Arundel County, so you know, definitely seeing Old Mill, and just in what they did, seeing because some of the kids I've seen in their youth, so I'm kind of like seeing them on that level playing. It was exciting to me, and Glen Burnie, Meade, trying to think, South River, definitely. Some of the games I couldn't get to. Of course, you know, QO, you know. Yeah, I'm a QO, you know, I gotta be. My mom was a assistant principal there in the early years. So I have to root for QO. It's a must, you know. I always love going out to QO. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I like seeing them play. They're a great team. And their games are all. And I went out when they played Northwest. Woo! Sorry about that. They'll get it.
That was Coach Kelly calling you and giving you telling you your checks in the mail for speaking good about.
You know, but I do like Wise. I do like Wise too, as well. That Laurel Blake game, that playoff game, yeah, that was a big one because I love Blake, love you, but I wanted Laurel to win it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't love Blake, so we don't care.
I wanted Laurel to win it, and I was a little tart at the end of the game because I had to walk up that hill and it was cold, and I was a little I was a little mad. It was like, oh man, you know. But yeah, there were a lot of good games this season, and I'm thinking, and I'm anticipating it's going to be that way coming up this season, 2026. I think there's going to be a lot of, just from what I'm seeing in 7-on-7. I was like, ooh, Gonna have some good ones. So definitely.
All right. What you got, Drip?
I'm gonna answer both of your questions. I'm gonna answer the first question first because I was thinking about the answer. Um, student athlete that I'm gonna say, best running back in the state, Elijah Ba. Um, that boy is something special. Um, I can't wait to see what he does this year, this senior year. And Coach Powell, we talked about it on this show a couple of weeks ago. Like I said, I believe he will be at Paint Branch. So kid is loyal, man. He just got it in the system. As far as games go, Hunter Humphreys as well. Double H Hunter Humphreys. As far as games go, I'm gonna surprise you. I'm not gonna pick no Blair games. Rockville Richard Montgomery might be my number one game I went to last year. Rockville had nothing to play for. Richard Montgomery had seating to play for. And it was those two, if you're from the Mo, you know Richard Montgomery, Rockville is a huge rivalry. So they're going to show up every year. The Walter Johnson Blake game, the game before, and I told Coach Powell, I told you before that, I said, if you want a blueprint on Blake, watch that game. That was a good game to be actually at. What other games last year did I go to last year that I thought that were very good games that I went to? Clarksburg Rockville was a pretty good one to see. QO. Okay, it wasn't a good game to watch, but the atmosphere was great. QO Paint Branch the atmosphere was amazing for that game. You had both radio stations at the game, 93.9 and WPGC. My school, I work at Montgomery College, they were at the daggone game. I have no clue why we were at that game, but they were at the game. Yeah, I try to say, ain't nobody signed up to community college during this game. Clarksburg, Damascus was a pretty hype game as well. Yeah, it was some pretty good games last year. I mean, I can go on and on. I go to Thursday and Friday games, so I watch a lot of football. But at those games, that Rockville Richard Montgomery game was something else, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. And you wouldn't think that it would be based on Rockville's record, but it was something else. Gotcha. Oh yeah, anytime you go to a Damascus game.
And I'm gonna say this real quick. Broadneck, I forgot about Broadneck. They coming for QO.
No, they're not. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stop. Don't do that. See, I've been peeping the vibe, you know what I'm saying, the whole show. It's me versus y'all. And it's cool. Don't do that. Don't.
Look. Nah, don't say it's me versus y'all, because I told you last year about Broadneck. I said, man, Broadneck don't stand a chance. Again, who was they playing? Paint Branch. Broadneck don't stand a chance. They get in the playoffs every year and fall apart. I said, they don't stand a chance.
If Elijah Bob was playing against Broadneck, he would have had 16 touchdowns by halftime, bro. Stop. Listen, don't write checks for Broadneck they can't cash. All right. They listen. Yeah, all right.
I love QO. I said I got a root for QO.
But somebody just put in the comments. I'm not sure who Isaiah Miller is. Broadneck versus Old Mill going to the top game this year. Karsten, answer this question for me. Old Mill's coach, is he still there?
You talking about Joey?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some posts over the last couple of weeks where they've had a bunch of players transfer out of there. So just checking. I ain't know if something had changed over there.
No, he got something brewing.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
Hey, Coach Paul, my man said Broadneck got something for QO. Oh man,
yeah. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk. I got a pump. I love QO. I can't go against him because I said
you just did.
Yeah,
I'm Anne Arundel County too. I'm Anne Arundel and Howard.
I tell you what, because I'm the MOCO guy here. If that game happens again, I'm sure me and you will be there. Okay. Whoever wins gotta get the other person dinner.
It needs to happen at Broadneck.
It's not going to
If
happen at
that
Broadneck.
game
You
happens
keep
at
thinking about it,
Broadneck,
brother. Hey,
I'm sorry, QO, you're not winning.
let me tell you
I'm
something,
gonna
brother.
say that right now. If
It
that
is not
game
about-
happens at Broadneck, it's over for QO.
It can't. It's not going to
It
happen.
has to happen at Broadneck.
You think,
That's what I'm gonna say.
Hold on. You think my QO boy is scared to go down the Broadneck?
I didn't say nothing about him being scared. I said that game happens at Broadneck. It's a different story. I know
Tell Broadneck
when the
to go
Broadneck
undefeated.
people hear this, they can be like, mm-hmm.
Well, tell.
I love QO.
Broadneck,
I love QO to death. I'm just saying.
Hey, Broadneck.
Now they go be on my back like, okay.
Hey, man,
I love you.
I got
I
him
still
in
root
there.
for
Don't
you.
worry. Hey, Broadneck people, if you're watching this show, you're probably not. But if you are watching this show, this is not anti-me versus you guys. I'm letting you know right now. If you wanted to have it at Broadneck, because you seem to only come up to Mo County teams, Paint Branch, Northwest, QO, how about you handle your business in your county first? Because the reason why you got to keep coming up here is because we're the higher seed. So handle your business down there in little where's Broadneck? What county?
But it's in Annapolis. But they do. They do.
No, not last year. They didn't.
So let me just say.
Yes. Yeah.
Let me just say.
What happened with Paint Branch? They had a rough little start. I'll give them that.
They didn't have their number one player. If you take anybody number one player off their team except QO, they probably gonna lose.
Even without Elijah, I'm telling you, I'll own up to it.
No,
I said there was no way in hell that Broadneck beat Paint Branch in that game. And I was wrong. I was wrong about it. But I'll say it again. Ain't no way in hell Broadneck is gonna beat QO.
Unless they go to Annapolis.
I don't care if they played. I don't care if they played in the parking lot. I don't care if they played where. I just, Karsten, I love you, my guy. And I live in Anne Arundel County, but the only Anne Arundel County school I support is Meade. So I don't care about Broadneck.
QO bringing back.
That's I'm gonna say that. Watch out for Anne Arundel County. They coming.
Okay, we'll keep waiting.
Coming. You want me to say Meade? I say Meade.
So
they're coming.
You haven't seen QO's roster.
I'm stirring it. I'm doing it for a purpose to stir it.
I love it.
Stir it up.
Hey, midnight.
Yo,
look, we got a preseason show.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring this one back for the preseason show because we can talk about this one all night long.
Give him a drug test.
No, I think we should do that. I know. Drip doing the whole. He's stupid. I know Drip doing the whole.
Hey, midnight runner.
You hear that? You hear that? I want Anne Arundel County. You hear that?
Do you see QO's roster?
I know about QO. This is my love for Anne Arundel County coming out right now.
Oh well, you need to find.
I'm stirring it. I'm stirring it.
All right. Well, we definitely gonna bring y'all back
Bring that game to Broadneck.
The preseason shit talking. So
this man
we'll
said,
do that.
Niggas gonna beat QO. Oh my goodness.
Let me move on to my last question to you guys. Again, I appreciate y'all, man, and my wife out at dinner right now, so I'm sure she get back to this room. She can be like, "You still on there?" Like, we had some technical difficulties. We started a little late.
You blame me. That's all my buddies do. They blame me.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, Drip, she got a bone to pick with you too.
Wow.
She said, after you invited me to come out to see the Blair BCC game, what was that, week 2? Is that the game you got week 2?
Yeah.
She put in the comments, she was like, y'all need to stop inviting him to stuff.
Till I got a shirt for it. Don't worry about it. I got a shirt for it.
All right, so my last question is, all right, final question. How do you feel about the state of high school football in Maryland? Just give us your overall opinion of where we are, how we looking for the future. We're going to close with that question.
I think we are in a good place, and uh, I think even though we just have Maryland as the college, I like the fact that a lot of the guys, the QO guys going to Maryland, the guys are staying in the state, and even still, even with McDuffie going to Northwestern, you know, I see us, finally bringing them eyes back to Maryland, and everybody needs to support it, glaze it, because when we do that, it benefits us all. It does. It brings the shine back to Maryland. I think we're heading in that direction. Please don't do the crab in the barrel mentality. Stay away from it. Avoid it. If you see your Maryland boys, support them. We're headed in a good direction, and we're really making strides. Because I want it to be how like Florida is. When Florida sees their boys, they give them love, and that's how it should be with Maryland. So let's get there.
Good answer. Good answer. All right, Mr. Drip.
I mean, I happen to be from the county that we can't say states without us. So, you know, but nah,
you play Broadneck and Broadneck, you ain't gonna see it. I'm just
he keep with this Broadneck stuff. Anywho, hey, nah, but on some real, I love what he just said. You see how he got a platform, I got a platform. We joking and stuff right now, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Ever since I met him at Laurel, every single day that I share something, that man is reposting my stuff. He's liking my stuff. So thank you. I think that Maryland football is going to continue to grow, but I think people like us need to pat ourselves on the back right now because we're helping that. You know, with Coach Powell, your podcast, MFV, y'all doing y'all thing, helping with the kids. We doing our thing, helping with the kids. I think that we can keep building this thing and just keep. The future is bright on the field. I mean, that's part of it. But as far as the media coverage is going, all of us getting together and showing each other love and keep pushing and showing these kids that as well. I think that's one of the most important things that we don't realize that we're doing while we're doing it. Me coming on Coach Powell's show, no matter how much trash talk we talk, they don't know that me and this man could be texting each other till like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And we built a relationship off that. Coach Mook, having a relationship with Coach Mook, having a relationship with Coach Mark, me and Midnight Rider. I mean, how many times have I been on this network, Midnight Rider? Not just this show, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, on WrestleManiacs, what, 3 times lately?
I think more than that now. We just was on there 2 weeks ago. So us doing this, showing the youth, and I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be blunt. The young black youth that we can collab and like not have the crabs in the barrel mentality, like he said, it's huge, man. It's huge. We got to keep showing this because they don't see it enough. They don't see it. I mean, I don't want to throw no shots out there. I mean, this is a whole nother conversation, but they see spin that. You know what I'm saying? They see all my scammings. They see that. They don't see this.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think this is very important. I think that we can help keep building it.
Like I jumped into this with Coach because I saw a cat that had a vision, and the one thing I didn't want him to do was to lose his vision because I knew he had a purpose. And I may have never said this to him, but I'm gonna say it to him today. Like, I saw your purpose, and I didn't want you to be discouraged because maybe you didn't feel like you knew what you was doing or whatever. So I jumped in just to be your sidekick because I knew it was going to work. And then when I sit and talk with you and I talk with all the other coaches, the one thing that I love and I enjoy is the togetherness. Like whether it's Suitland, and I think that's Coach Hale, whether it's Waz and their coach, like there's a togetherness that like we doing this all together. And that's what I love the most about like being in this space and in this opportunity with you guys, man. For real. I coached basketball many moons ago, like 2012 to 2016. So I understand coaching, but I also understand people, man. And when you got good people, you got good things, man. So it's always gonna work itself out. And like today was even different than what I thought it was gonna be. So I can't wait till we do whatever the preseason version of this show is gonna be. I'm all in. Let's go make it happen, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Fellas, as always, man, I appreciate y'all taking y'all time to come on here. Everything y'all just said, I agree with 100%. It's all about relationships, like Midnight just said, and I didn't know you guys. I didn't know you guys that well. Drip, me and you just met last year, and last season, and we talked the whole rest of football season into basketball season, like we had knew each other for years, and we hadn't even seen each other in person yet. We didn't even met in person until we played Blair in the playoff game for basketball.
Yep.
Like we had never met in person.
Yep.
And and like I said, Karsten used to come and cover our basketball program, and like I didn't know you. I used to just see you in there, but for some reason, we just connected. And like I said, Karsten shows up whenever he wants to, man. He hit me up one day when camp started. Was like, hey, I'm gonna stop by camp today. I promise I won't film anything you don't want me to film. And I was like, hey, we ain't doing nothing today anyway, play wise, scheme wise, because I'm not there. So do your thing. Like, that's relationship wise. That's people respecting each other and noticing the bigger picture. Had this conversation with Coach Mark not too long ago. I'm like, I don't understand why anybody would have an issue with anybody coming to their school and promoting or shooting videos or showing the games and stuff like that. That's free promotion. Like when I see Karsten post something about Law, the 300, summer league basketball game, anything like that, that's publicity for the school. And if you got a problem with that, there's something wrong with you. You in the wrong field. You need to find something else to do. When Coach Drip is out there, he's posting his rankings and he's doing his preseason stuff and and he still got you ain't got to say it, but you still got other coaches in the county that are still kind of like rebuking it, not trying to get on board. Like it's publicity for your school. Like he said it earlier, get up with the times. The times have changed. Like you need to step up into the new era of how things is going. And but it's all love, man. And like I said, I appreciate all of y'all, man. Meeting people like y'all, working with Midnight Rider. I didn't know Midnight Rider before after the state championship game in basketball. When we won it, him and Jack had me on the show. Like,
yeah,
I didn't know Midnight Rider before that, and here we are. A year and a half later, we still rolling together, man. So all of us got a purpose. I stated this earlier. God already wrote our story. We just got to try to just ride the wave, man, and try not to mess it up. Simple as that. So I appreciate y'all, man, for joining. You guys have been on my show a couple of times, man, and I love having y'all on there. I appreciate it. Y'all know it's all loved. Whenever you want me, like I said, Drip, whenever you need me on Monday nights or whatever, I'm there. Karsten, anything you need from me, I'm there. And I appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
man.
That's it.
Yeah, Anne Arundel County is coming.
See, he
for MOCO. I'm starting it. I
thought this was gonna be the time when you let us plug our stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
no, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you can. Go ahead.
Listen, you can find us MOCO Center every Sunday starting August 30th. We have our big season preview show. But until then, We're getting you ready for the show for the season. We're doing season previews of each team. So this past week we just dropped. I believe it was Whitman and Kennedy.
Whitman
This
and Kennedy.
Yep. This week is Northwood and Einstein. Blair Churchill the next week. We still working on some more schools. Like Coach Powell said, every school hasn't gotten to us, but literally while I was doing this show, one of the coaches that I didn't think we was gonna get anything from, he just emailed me, so that's pretty dope. Karsten is gonna be on our show on the 30th, so he's gonna continue this. You know, they got like meetings, like AA meetings, like that's where it sounds like you should be at for saying like what you just said.
I told you I got a purpose, man. I got a purpose. I'm stirring it. Because you remember you was Sherwood at State. See, you didn't think I forgot about that.
No, I was, but Coach Powell,
Sherwood.
Coach Powell can tell you
what I say. What
he can tell you.
What happened to MOCO?
I am a man of integrity. If we lose, we lose. I've been saying the kid from Mervo is 04 Michael Vick from Madden. I've never seen a kid play like that in my life. So I'm gonna give him his props, bro. But let's rewind it a little bit. You can't say states without Demo.
Oh Lord.
My goodness gracious. Oh.
You cannot say state. You can't say basketball, soccer, baseball, football. What? Hey, Coach Powell, what I tell y'all last with the basketball? I said I don't want to hear a foot, a base.
I just muted him. I just had to mute him real quick. I had to mute him. Oh man, production control at its finest.
I love y'all, man.
I'm just messing with you.
Nah, I do that all the time. I love that.
This is crazy,
Karsten,
man.
Where can we find you at, brother?
On IG, MFV All Sports Network. I'm working on trying to get. I'm thinking about podcasting. So that's on my mind right now. Got some.
So before you even go further, reach out to. We'll get you with the boss, and you got a platform. You ain't gotta find a platform. You got a platform. You got a home.
Yeah, between the two of us.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So you figure out how you do it, and that's the only thing you got to worry about.
Yeah.
Because we gonna get you. We gonna play you.
Okay.
You might want to go to them because we don't do losers over here on our side. We don't do losers.
Oh, bro. Anne Arundel County, you hear this? I love you, QO. I love you. But Anne Arundel County.
Soon as this show is over, Coach Powell already know what I'm about to do. So
yeah. Midnight. Tell people what you got going on this week, man. For these two guys, keep on going all night long.
What we got? We got tomorrow is Tuesday, so we got on the network we got Unapologetic at 6:30. At 7:45 we got the Tuesday Night Flight. Wednesday we got Nothing But Net, where we break down the free agent moves in the NBA. Thursday we have the Thursday Night Throwdown at 7:45. Friday, just added to the mix. We probably 2 shows in. We got the Friday Night Freestyle. If you want to talk sports, you want to talk whatever, and you want to just jump in and jump on the screen, we cool with it because it's called the freestyle for a reason. We ain't got no barriers. We ain't got no regulations. It is what it is. Last week, I think we talked about brain injuries. We talked about Wimbledon, the last time an American won. So it's an open format. We just here to kick it, and we going to kick it the only way we can. So if anybody want to get in on that, holler at your boy. Of course, Saturdays the WrestleManiacs at 9 p.m. where I know a guy that does the Four Corners podcast. You know, they jump in with the fellas. You know, we make it a thing. Because we don't care. I'm gonna be honest with you, we don't care about who's on the show. We just like the product and giving people the best shit they can get. And that's what this is all about. Is we gonna give you the best content we can provide. And if you ain't done with that, then you don't need to have any information or need to be listening to podcasts. Because that's what we do. And then Sunday morning, it's the only way to start your week off with the Sunday Rise at 11 a.m. hosted by myself and the big guy KG, and then anybody that wants to jump in with that. So, hey, we here. And as once a guy that used to work on this network but has gone on to do his thing, Jack Carr used to always say, we everywhere. But we are. We everywhere. We're giving you 7 days a week of programming, baby.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all. Before we go, I do got a promo shout out one thing. And this is for you, my guy Drip, and give you some free promo here. Drippy Bowl 4 coming in December. PG County 48, Mo County 0.
Oh no.